Today I want to talk to you about something that is very personal to me, and it's mostly about my experience um, with raw milk. This raw milk is a very touchy subject because, of course, it can make people sick. But I found this brand is trustworthy. Never gotten sick on it. It's legal where I live, and I've drank it for a while now. I have it every day when I can, and I would say it's the most important part of my diet. That seems like an exaggeration, but you have to understand where I'm coming from. I've had a lot of health problems in my life and very few answers for them. It's been more about managing daily energy levels and trying to find things that I could eat and not feel sick on, and dealing with allergies and just a lot of physical challenges and pain. And I mean, there was a time when I was basically bedbound. I mean, in a realistic way, I was basically bedbound. Now, I'm not saying I always have good days now, but I do have a more active and functional life. And I feel like for me, a big change came when I was able to get more regular access to raw milk of a good, safe kind like this, where they, take care of it properly. It's grass fed, it's kept cold, it's, trustworthy, reliable. Um, and I just couldn't eat a lot of food and not feel sick on it. I mean, there was just almost nothing I could eat at some points in my life, and, you have to eat to live. So I was just sick and not functioning and not digesting things properly, and it's pretty scary when things get that bad. So when you find something you can eat, and this is advice, that anyone can use for themselves. When you find something you can eat that you feel good on, stick with it, you know? And for me, raw milk was a big path towards getting healthier because I just found it easy to digest. I didn't get sick on it. And if I had it, I had a better day. I was more likely to be able to do anything I needed to do. And, stay hydrated, get nourishment, actually digest it. I think I have a much more broad diet these days. There's a lot more things I can eat. In fact, I think the list of things I can't eat is fairly short these days compared to where it used to be. I'm still careful because I want to be able to function and enjoy some measure of health. But that's my experience with raw milk. I found it was, for a while, the food I could feel good on. And I would mix it with some raw cocoa powder, and that would be a nice meal for me. And I still do that. I find it's good nourishment. It's kind of like raw cocoa. It's it's easy to digest for me personally. Now, not everyone will have this same experience, but I think you have to understand where you're coming from and whether things like this are worth trying for you. Like, what health challenges are you experiencing? What can you eat? Is there something that you feel better when you eat it or when you have access to it on a daily basis? I think when there aren't answers for what a person's suffering with and it's just like everything's coming up blank and nothing's helping, you have to really start looking for something that will make you feel better. And it's sort of a day-to-day process. What is helping me to survive, to feel better, to function, to have a life that I can stand to live? Because sometimes it really does come down to that. There are health problems, health challenges that we don't always have answers or even diagnosis. But unless you just want to give up, which I don't really recommend, you have to look for something that helps you to function. And like take it a day at a time, find out what your body needs, find out what helps you survive, and how you can feel good and function and get a little stronger. Because that's what it comes down to, getting a little stronger, having a better day, learning functional, things that help you function. For me, raw milk has been a big part of that process. And I'm very grateful that it's legal where I live. I have access to a company that has good safety, standards. This is grass-fed milk. They take good care of it. And I'm very grateful. And if it's an option for you and you're in the sort of place that I was, then I think it's a good thing to try. Do it safely, see how you feel. But if you notice an improvement, then it's worth using. And that's just how it is. If something helps, stick with it. If something doesn't help, try something else. I think the most important thing is not to give up. If you have severe health challenges, then you have to be open to trying things and learning things and taking it a day at a time and trying to find what helps you to function. So I recommend raw milk, but I also recommend whatever works for you. And I hope you have a good day.